friends, and welcome to today's video. My name is Božica. I'm qualified interior designer and cover specialist. In today's video, I'm going to review another Dulux paint color. As always, we're going to have white background, vivid white from Dulux. We always have to compare color to another color to see the difference and to see what undertone is coming through. So today I'm going to review White Beach Quarter from Dulux, and as you can see when I put it next to a vivid white, there's a huge contrast. And this particular white, I'm going to show you here, lovely contrast. The LRV is 79, so it's not your brightest of the whites. It's still very bright. It will reflect lots of light, so that is great. However, the undertone is pink, so we have to be very careful about this. When you are selecting white colors, because they're so complex, and I'm getting a lot of emails from you guys, lovely comments, and I'm very grateful that my videos are helping you and that you are learning a lot. That was the whole point of me creating this channel and educating about the colors. However, whites are quite complex. I have created 2 new ebooks that you can download for free, because I really want you to ask yourself these questions before you go on a journey of even painting your home or selecting any white paint colors. If you are not quite sure and you can't answer all these questions with confidence, and you don't know much about the white, which I explain in one of the ebooks, that means that you either need help or you need to educate yourself a little bit more, which I teach all about that in my online course. This is not about selling my online course, but it's about saving you from making color mistakes, because all these things really cost a lot of money and tens of thousands of dollars, from choosing your splashbacks, your bench tops, to painting your walls. They all cost a lot of money. And that's why I want to educate everyone as much as I can on how to use the whites properly. Now, since this is a warm white, it means that it will specifically be connected to certain undertones. You can't choose a white just because you like it. You need to test the undertones in your space, in your fixed elements like your windows, your bench top, your tiles, your carpet, your flooring, and so on. Also, if you have an existing home, if you have a white, you already need to test and use that white. That is your white you can have in your space. So a lot of people go the wrong way about this. They go and choose the white that they like, but they're not looking at the space, and that is okay. I understand. If you don't know, you don't know. But everyone that has an existing home and wants to repaint, if you have in your open space living a white, like in your bench top, which would dictate in your kitchen, that is the white you should be painting your walls with. And I teach more about this in depth. Also, you need to test your undertones, because certain undertones don't like to be paired up with certain whites. So if you don't have this particular white in your open space living, once you test it with your fixed elements, then this is not the right white for you. But if you do, then it's great. Go for it and install it. Now, how would this color behave in different times of the day based on north, west, east, south facing rooms? So in your north facing, it would look so lovely and warm throughout the whole day, and the slight pink undertone will pop through, but the color will be very warm. In your south facing rooms, because you get that more cooler light, it would look more duller and flatter, and the undertone can be very prominent. In your east facing rooms, you will get that lovely morning sun, and the color is going to look very warm and bright, and then as the afternoon sun comes, it's going to look duller and darker. But that is okay, as long as you know this, that color will change throughout the day. And then in your west facing rooms, you will get that really lovely warm sun, and this color will look really bright, but at the same time it will really hit the undertone and it will come through. So this is very important that you understand when you're working with whites. Now, as I said at the beginning, there's a different way of testing and working with this color in your open space. You have to have this color in your open space in order to use it. Now, when it comes to your bedroom, it's a little bit different. You have different fixed elements. You have your windows, you will have your probably bedroom doors and cupboards, and you will also have your carpet or your flooring. So it is very important that we test that as well and see what undertone we have. This particular color will work really lovely with the gray with the green undertones, and beiges with the green undertones as well. However, you need to know how to test them in order for it to work. I know that a lot of you also love to create that lovely contrast using this color. You don't necessarily have to do that because this white is very bright, so you can paint your architrave skirtings and doors in this color, or if you want to create that contrast, again you have to stick with your warm whites. And I have tested the color. I have never used this combination, but again I have done a lot of testing before I created this video. There's another really lovely warm white with a slight big undertone from Dulux, and it's called Natural White, and it would work really lovely with your White Beach Quarter from Dulux. As you can see, there's a lovely contrast. You would create that lovely contrast, but both of them would work really well. But yet, even though I'm saying that, you need to have both of these whites in your space in order for it to work. Now, for your ceilings, I'm going to surprise you a little bit, but I have picked white on white. It is a beautiful, one of my favorites, whites with a blue undertone. It's really lovely, very bright, LRV 87, and I would use this on a ceiling. Especially whites with that lovely pink undertone would work really well with this particular white. And also your ceilings are flat and horizontal, so they also need to create that lovely contrast from your walls. And especially if you have lovely cornices or moldings, it would create that lovely contrast, and it would work really nicely with this color. Would I use this color outside? Yes, I definitely would if it works with the color scheme. Every color is here for a reason, and I would never say no to it. However, where I have seen that it would work the best, lately we have a lot of bricks coming on a market that have that kind of really lovely warm white pink in them. And if you want, let's say on your bottom part to use that brick and then on top to render it, this particular white can work really well. So I will not say no for using it outside. If you want to educate yourself on how to create a color scheme, how to pick a perfect white, where do you start first if you are renovating or building a new home, then check out my online course. It is a wealth of information, and you also have private Facebook group where I'm there and you can always ask questions, so you don't have to make any mistakes. That would be it from me reviewing this beautiful color. I hope you have learned something new and enjoyed it, and I will see you in another video. Ciao for now.